Hi, how are you?
Yeah, fine, Chanu. How about you?
I'm good, thank you. Let me walk through your resume. Your name is Abhishek, right?
Yeah,
Okay. So your resume says you have 5+ years of experience in SAP FICO and 10+ years in SAP end user level. Your profile looking very impressive. Okay, I will begin with your introduction. Abhishek, can you please say something about your skill set and experience and your self achievements if you have any?
yeah, fine, good. So this is Abhishek from Chennai. So I have overall more than 16 years experience, which is relating to SAP FICO, FICO 5 years, 5 plus, and rest in my domain experience as a end user. So currently I associated with Merific Technologies, which is located in Chennai, as a SAP FICO consultant since January 2000 onwards. So currently we are working for Dar Al Shifa Hospital, which is located in Kuwait. The project was started in November 2018. The project was go live on March 2020. So after that, we are in the same project for supporting role. So about the client, the Dar Al Shifa Hospital is one of the leading multi-cuisine hospital, which is located in Kuwait. Also, they are having branches throughout the country. So previously, I was working in with Oman, with the Oman Trading Establishment as a SAP FICO consultant from October 2015 to till December 2018. So there I was involved to rollout project as well. So about the client, the Oman Trading Establishment is one of the leading automobile dealer in the throughout the country. They are having more than 15 branches, as well as they are doing the after sales and services. So about my education, I did MBA Finance through NIBM New Delhi at 2013. So also I completed a BCom degree under Bardhasan University in 2004, and like a regular basis. That's it from my side, Chanu, as an introduction.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
you have told me that you are engaged in two rollout projects, right?
yeah.
So can you please describe the rollout projects in your current company?
So as I told in my previous concern where I was working in Oman, I was involved the rollout project. So based on the divisions, the company wants to make split up the businesses. That's the reason they are doing the rollout project. So in the rollout project, anyway, I'm not going to implementing anything, implementing as SAP new. So for that, I'm just making a global template. So global template means nothing like I'm just gathering the information from the main company code blueprint. Whatever the things are there, just I copied. Whatever the required things are there, I copied. After that, based on that, I'm just do the configurations like master data configurations, like asset master, GLs, and then vendor masters, then bank related things, then controlling, if you are taking the controlling part, cost elements, cost center, profit centers, as well as internal orders. These are the areas I mostly covered, concerned about. So based on that, I just do all the configurations for the rollout projects.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is there any challenges that you have faced while copying these are all settings from the main company code?
Yeah, of course. Why not? Actually, thing is like as I told, the main company core having the while splitting of the data, no, like a customer data, even as well as vendor data, vendor detail data. I'm facing the problem. Like for example, main company code having the all the entire details. But the thing is like I just want to split up the required details to my client. So for that, of our customers, whatever the invoice like outstanding, whatever the invoice is there, I just go and look at each and one by one to extract the data to my new company code. It is actually challenging. For example, it is like my company code having like a more than 1,000 customers, as well as more than 1,000 vendors. It is actually a difficult task to us to find out the like which is related to my new client, a new company code, that rollout project. Actually, it is make us like a really tough time tough time for that rollout project.
Okay, how many implementation and support projects you engaged in your current company and previous projects?
Actually, as I told, actually I was involved in one end-to-end implementation and two rollout project. After completion of the implementation project as well as rollout project, I was in the support for the same projects.
Okay.
So
So how to schedule the background job for APP, automated payment program?
So in automatic payment program, actually the scheduling backlog job, actually the thing is like there is a T code, there is a transaction code, and the transaction code I just give the input my company code, like a run ID, vendor details. This much details after giving, I just make it one variant. After making the variant, what I have to do, there is one more after making the variant, I have to do the you want to explain the T code as well?
Yes. I need complete
Yeah.
process.
Okay. In the backlog job, actually F110 T code, I'm just making the given the inputs and make the variant. Like what are my company code, when is the next rate, what is the payment type, everything I given as well as my vendor details. Then and then SM36, I'm just going to do the condition, and the condition I just given the my variant name, what I saved in F110 T code, what I saved as a variant, and the same name I given over there. The steps I given that when I want to schedule the job. Like for example, the same thing I can do in F110, but if it is data is more, I can approach with F110S. So when I want to schedule the job, whether I want to do immediate basis or after 1 week, after 1 month, that I can do it over here.
I'm sorry
After
to
that,
interrupt you. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Who will perform the background job in real time in your company?
Actually, this basis team will do that. Actually, it is not my job to do that.
Okay.
That thing is like only I just given the inputs to my basis team.
Okay. What are the
Yeah.
transaction codes that generally basis team will do? Do you have any idea?
Like SM36 and SM37, the two T codes they are using for
Okay.
the backup jobs. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So generally for our company, we need a SAP implementation consultant. So do you know what is the withholding tax and have you involved in this process earlier?
Yeah, I know the what is I was involved.
Okay. Can you tell me what is withholding tax?
See, withholding tax, nothing but we are it's kind of a direct tax to the government, through whatever we are earning, no? Like what company earning, whatever like a business, like a person as a person earning. For that, we have to pay some tax percentage to the government. For that purpose, we are SAP provide to enable the withholding tax configurations. So for that, first and foremost, what I have to do is I need to create the withholding tax key. In the tax key, I just given the what my client is what are the tax TDS is using. Generally, my client is using TDS on contract, TDS on rent, TDS on professional fees. So these are the major areas they are using. So for that, I have to prepare the withholding tax key. So, and that there I need to mention the section as well, like 194, 194 I, whatever based on the tax conditions. So in that, after creation, what I have to do means I need to make that invoice for withholding tax type invoice in posting is there. For that I need to make what is that like a transaction type, how it is calculation to be happen, whether it is happen whether it is net, how it will be calculated, how much is the percentage, those kind of things I have to do in the like invoice posting as well as payment posting as well. For that, I need to prepare while posting the invoices, while making the payments. For that, two codes I need to prepare it as well. So after that, I have to make the recipient. Recipient means nothing. Who is like a person, like whether it is company, we are going to detect TDS from the company or persons. Person means others, whether company or others. So those kind of details after creation. So after that, I need to assign the withholding tax type to my company code. So after
Okay.
after assigning with my company code, actually I have to activate also after activation. So the back end anyway, once you are posting, the system will pick the TDS from the background. The thing is will happen from the TDS withholding tax to be paid over. For from there, I just give my chart of accounts, withholding tax
Yeah,
code,
Abhishek, one
tax
more
type.
question from my side. How the automatic posting, I mean, automatic posting will be happen in the withholding tax?
Yeah, so there is one transaction is there withholding tax to be paid over. In that there I have to give the my chart of accounts as well as
Okay.
withholding tax code, tax types. Even then there I have to given the GLs, whatever the GLs creator. Like as I told you earlier, my client is using TDS on professional tax, professional fees, TDS on rent, TDS on contractors. This is the
Okay.
major TDS things are using. So I supposed to prepare the GL in FS00. I have to assign it over here.
Okay,
So
fine.
system will pick automatically in the background
Okay, fine.
while creating the
Abhishek.
invoices.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So have you configured the Dunning program?
yeah, Chanu.
Okay. What is Dunning key?
See, Dunning key nothing but if I want to make blocking the Dunning level after second or first or second level, customer making the payment. If I want to block the Dunning level, I am using the Dunning keys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say this is the client requirement. Some specific GL accounts, business area is mandatory. How we can achieve this?
So thing is like some business area required for the specific GL, not all the GLs, right? This is your
Yeah,
client
specific GLs.
requirement.
Yeah.
Understand. So thing is, as a FICO consultant, I should analyze first what is the impact. So how I am going to do. So generally, I can do it through OBC4. But if I would do that way, the I have to see the what is the global impact. It is like whether if it is if I do the OBC4 setting, it will applicable for all I think all GLs. So I think it is not work out. So for that I will do the another option that is called validation. In the validation I can do the specific GL with business area is mandatory. I can do the through validation. So in the main like in the OBC4 setting it is not possible. So if I do that, it will make it as a global. It will make a global impact to all other GLs. So if I did that one, definitely in future I'll get more tickets on the same issue.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how the Dunning notice will be sent to customer and what are the prerequisites are there?
See
I mean,
for
let's say
send,
this is the client
yeah.
requirement. All the Dunning notices will be sent to particular customers. How you can achieve this target?
Okay, so for sending the Dunning notices, like we can do it either like a manual way or like a emailing. Manual way,
Yeah.
like nobody is entertaining. Actually, it is may take more time, even our take more time to do the process. But like we can do through the email notifications. For that, as a FICO consultant, for that, before doing the configurations, what I have to do means like a few things I have to check it in the customer master or BP, whether email address is updated or not for the each customers. Those things I have to check it first. Then the Dunning, whatever Dunning I created, whether it is updated in the customer master or BP master or not. Those things I have to check it first. Then Dunning printing form. Dunning printing form, obviously, the Ababer will create the Dunning printing form. For the creation, I need to do the how it will be like a client requirement. For client requirement, I have to gather the information as a FICO concerned. I have to gather the information from the client. What are the fields they are required? How the forms will be looks like what kind of information they need. Those information I have to gather from the client. Then based on that, I will write a FS document. So in the FS document, I will put all the logics, what table names, fields required. So I'll send it to Ababer. Ababer will do the do the enhancement. So he will develop one new form. After that, then we will once the development will complete, the new form
Have
will
you
be
ever written,
generated.
have you ever written a functional spec?
Yeah, yeah, Chanu.
Okay. What are the things contained in the functional spec?
So in functional spec, nothing but if any change request, any major change request come, that time we are using that we are writing the functional spec from the standard from standard. If it is a if not change request come, that time we are writing the functional spec. There first we are getting the information from one template. So first we are sending the template to our client. We are gathering the information. As I told, the same the Dunning process, no. So the same we are getting the information. It is called ASYS information, client information. We are getting the information. Based on that, we are prepare the FS document. The FS document our term will be there. FICO consultant. I'm just what are the data tables, what are the things in the logic. I'm writing all those things. After that, I'll send it to my Ababer. Ababer will do their side work for developing the program. So once it is done, then we are moving the tier 2 quality server to testing
And what
purpose.
are the
So
tables are required to achieve this target? Like Dunning notices will be sent to particular customer, right, through email. So
yeah,
what are the tables are required?
KNA1, KNA1 and KNB1 and for the customer master data level. Then if you are taking as a consider customer open item, the BSID is required. BSID table is required.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is field status variant?
Field status variant to control that when user do the any transaction. So what are the areas are mandatory? What are the areas are non-mandatory? What are the areas are to control the entry like a document. Mandatory, what are the fields are mandatory, what are the fields are suppressed, what are the fields are not required. So those kind of activity we can do it from the field status variant.
Can you tell me 5 fields?
5 fields I can say G001 for the document posting, general informations, and G005 we are using it use it for bank transactions.
That is field groups, right?
Yeah.
I'm asking the
Oh, sorry,
options.
you are sorry, options
Options.
I can say, sorry, cost center I can one option, business area one option, even value data is one option, even text also one option, assignment also one option. These are the options. There are a lot of options. But whenever you are doing any internal order related document, at that time internal order also you can make it as a option, internal order number as an option.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is the entry, journal entry after F-53 manual clearing?
So vendor account data to bank outgoing account credit.
Okay. So have you assigned any GL accounts through FITMM integration?
Yeah.
Okay. What is the difference between the valuation modifier and general modifier?
See, valuation modifier, we are valuation modifier generally based on the similar kind of sorry. Similar kind of materials, we are making one group that is called valuation modifier. The general modifier, it is like offsetting entry for inventory posting. So based on whatever transaction we are doing, like an inventory related, while the valuation modifier, if you don't mind, I don't have much knowledge. I don't have much knowledge to explain, Chanu, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is chart of accounts? Can you tell me how many types of chart of accounts?
Yeah, chart of accounts, it's like a database for the all the GLs, whatever prepare in the company, that company code. So it is a kind of database for the GLs, chart of accounts. There are three type of chart of accounts there in SAP provides. Like one is operating chart of accounts, another one is country specific chart of accounts, third one is group chart of accounts. Operating chart of accounts, nothing but we are using like a day-to-day purposes. Like day-to-day purposes, as we are using, that is called operating chart of accounts. Country specific means like when we have a business more than one country. So that time to meet the legal requirement of that particular country, we are using that country specific chart of accounts. Group chart of account means nothing but like to consolidation purpose. Like we are getting the consolidated report. For that purpose, we are make it group chart of accounts.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how the internal orders will be settled through asset under construction?
Actually, I'm not worked for that AUC, Chanu.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what is the AUC?
AUC means asset under construction, that is called AUC, but I never worked on that of such a area in my career.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. We will get back to you. Bye.
Yeah, thank you, Chan. Okay.